Jonathan and Primero into the wall, then just about avoids it. Is history going to repeat itself? Yes, it is. Off the track, into the wall they go. They go down like Skittles. Formula Danny is the winner of the first ever Squad Sprint Series. He is the champion. Hello everyone, and welcome along to episode number 2 of the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint Series. I'm Ginger Andy, and once again joining me today we have Justin Sutton as we go racing in the United States at the Circuit of the Americas. Well, it is a fantastic circuit, one of the new ones in recent years on the calendar, and Justin, it's not too far away from where you stay, is it?
Yeah, it's definitely my home race, and I am thrilled to be back. The opening round in this 12-race season was filled with action, and we are definitely expecting more of the same. It should be a lot of fun.
It sure should be. Remember, folks, every single episode is premiered at 6 p.m. on the Veloce Esports YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. Same old rules, 25% distance, damage on, and regular corner cuts.
Starting from pole position today, it is Simon, because of course he wasn't in the first race. Then he's got Arif alongside him. Formula Danny, who DNF'd at Interlagos. He's got Storm alongside him. Then it's Liam from 5th position, and Raggy starting from the 3rd row.
Well, it's Isaac Gillison from 7th. It's Niren starting in P8. On the 5th row, it's Tiamat Murdoch, and Eternal Joe Wilkes starts 10th. It's 11th for Hayden Gullis, and Hyper starts from 12th.
Hayden Gullis pretty far back. Alex Gillen even further back in 13th after a great race at Interlagos. Then it's Veloce James and Jarno Opmeer, the winner of the opening round, starting from 15th position in today's race.
Yeah, well, of course, folks, remember, it's always reverse championship order, but it's a bit early in this season, so we've got some big names still up at the top of the field as we take a look at this magnificent circuit here, the Circuit of the Americas. Overcast skies, 21 degrees roughly, the temperature for what should be another thrilling race. And, you know, Justin, it's so many great corners here that take from other classics. The uphill climb into turn 1 reminds you of Austria, the Essie section reminds you of Suzuka and Silverstone, and of course the Hockenheim ring reminded again through turn 12 and 16. Team Radio coming in a moment. Let's have a listen to this.
And then if we are near each other, we just slipstream, we work together, we try and see what we can get, because I reckon we've got a good chance of getting points here.
The Racing Point guys are ready to strategize and try and grab as much points as they can, and that is the right approach.
Yeah, well, here come the 5 red lights. The Racing Points did well last week. How will they do this week as we get ready to go racing? It's Simon from pole as the 5 red lights go out, and we are racing here in the Circuit of the Americas. It's an uphill climb into turn 1. Simon holding his lead. Formula Danny sweeping round the outside of Arif into the first corner, and he's made it work. Lovely move there as they sweep their way down the hill into that Maggots-Beckett Styles section, and it is Simon in the lead. Danny with a beautiful move to take second, and Arif down to 3rd with Visa right in behind in 4th. We've got a yellow flag, not too sure why at the moment, as Eternal is looking to make up some ground as Isaac goes side by side with Raggy in the middle part of the lap, and that was awfully close, Justin, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, he almost chopped him right off. They're still side by side, Raggy and Isaac, as they get down into this hairpin before coming onto the DRS straight. No DRS just at this point, of course, as it's only lap number 1. A couple of side by side moments through that hairpin, though. We can see the Racing Point leading Niren with Hypers not far behind. Storm's not far behind either in that Haas as they make their way down this very long straight. They're going to make it 3 wide as they get into the braking zone now for this left-hander. A bit of battling going up on ahead as well. That's between Raggy and Isaac, and it looks like Raggy's just about got the measure of Isaac. Isaac with an unfortunate start. At one point, I saw him challenging Arif for 3rd. He now finds himself down in 6th position, and with Hypers and Eterno Joe not that far behind. But overall, it's been a pretty clean start to this race, I'd have to say.
Yeah, there was a slight yellow flag, but it didn't seem to amount to too much as they make their way through that long sweeping turn 17 and 18. Another corner on the racetrack that reminds you of tracks in previous years. It's like a reverse of Turkey at turn 8. As we go back to the front, it's Simon and Formula Danny. These two are absolutely rapid, and it's no surprise to see them already stretching above 1 second ahead of Arif. And is Danny going to go for a move into turn 1? No, not quite. The Hungarian driver stays behind the German Simon Weigang as we've got a pit stop, and it's Hayden Gullis in the pits. Oh, and that looks a bit weird, and one of the Mercedes N2, that looks like Raggy, so an early stop for Hayden, and he makes a change of tyres as we go back to Veloce Hypers, the Polish driver attacking Isaac in the battle for 5th and 6th as we start lap 2 out of 14, Justin.
Oh, I don't know if that was lag or just a really bad line for Isaac, but Hypers is going to be crawling all over the back of him. Again, no DRS just yet. It's only lap number 2, but he's going to put it up into hot lap for his deployment. He's got the rich mix, and he's made the overtake before the hairpin. Again, no DRS means that Hypers should be relatively safe from that Williams behind of Isaac, and Isaac really doesn't need to be worrying too much about Eterno. On the other hand, though, Joe does need to worry about Niren. How close is Jarno to the back of that McLaren? Doesn't look too bad, but here goes Niren alongside Eterno Joe. They're going to be side by side as they get into the braking zone now for this left-hander, and it looks like Niren's not quite late enough on the brakes. He does take a lot of that inside curb, and it looks like he is just about going to do it. If he can hang it around the outside here, he does indeed. Moves ahead of Joe. I have to say, Joe is leaving a lot of room there, and he's got Jarno Opmeer all over the back of him now. I think Jarno would have seen just how weak Eterno Joe was looking at that moment, and he's going to try and take that position as quickly as he possibly can. He couldn't find his way through that stadium section. Here goes Eterno Joe on the left-hand side of the McLaren into the penultimate corner, and he is indeed going to move himself up into 7th. A fantastic move, and this could be good news for Jarno Opmeer as well too. But no, actually Niren's coming back at him into the final corner. This is a lovely scrap between Niren and Joe.
Absolutely brilliant stuff, Justin. Just when it looked like Eterno was being overtaken, but he tried to come flying back, and look at this from Jarno Opmeer, the championship leader, storming up the inside and mugging the pair of them into turn 1. He's on the medium tyres as well. Fantastic stuff from him. And now Veloce James wants to get involved. Surely not 3 wide into the S's. Oh my goodness, close your eyes. Whoa! James is round. Big spin. Alex Gillen somehow avoids him, and that is a big moment for one of the top esports drivers. James got a little bit impatient, probably seeing that Jarno had made ground. He wanted to make immediate ground, and he couldn't, Justin. He went for a spin, and now he drops all the way to the back of the pack.
Oh, and another connection issue for Jarno Opmeer, the same thing that plagued him in Interlagos a week ago. He's running into that same problem again. That's going to let Niren right through. Let's have a quick replay, though, of the start of this race from on board with Tiamat Marduk. We haven't seen him too much in this race, actually. Let's see if maybe he got caught up in an incident at the start. He's going to be taking the outside line through turn 1, getting very, very close to that McLaren of Niren, and then he kind of gets boxed in with Storm, who went off the circuit there and was going very slowly. And then he's got James on his left-hand side trying to make his way past as well. Jarno goes flying through. Oh, and you can see a big piece of end plate on Jarno Opmeer's wing coming off there. And then Tiamat Marduk goes for a big old spin, drops down into last position, down to 15th place. This is what it looked like on board with Veloce James as we came to the start of lap number 3. There was that moment between Eterno and Niren. You can see him trying to go side by side, and then he just loses the back end after that contact with the Racing Point, sends him into a big old slide. Thankfully, no other cars making contact with him. Alex Gillen able to get through. I think I saw a Ferrari getting through there as well, too. That'd be the other Ferrari, not Arab. So yeah, no major incidents as a result of that, but it looks like Jarno is getting back into F1 2019. We can see the Steam notification at the bottom right there.
Oh, look at that, up the inside he goes. Formula Danny taking the lead, using the DRS at the first opportunity it was available, and takes the place from Simon, the heartbreak of last week for Formula Danny. And look at this, that's a late move from Tiamat Marduk, and he dives up the inside on Alex Gillen. Well, that was like Daniel Ricciardo, wasn't it? Is taking some tips from his fellow Aussie there, and that's a beautiful move from Ben. Lick the stamp and send it, taking 10th place away as they all go past the unfortunate Jarno Opmeer with that disconnection, and now Vizzy has been off the track somewhere as well, and that's another place gained, and apparently that's an illegal overtake for Ben, and that's not quite very fair, and he has to let them all go, and that's heartbreak, and all that hard work that he just put in has been undone. It was a great move as well from Ben in the first place, and he's now making his way into the pits. It's not been a great start for the Aussie as he makes his way into the pits, slows down, unlike Eternal last week, gets it stopped just in time. As we go back to Niren at the front, well, into the first corner I should say, in the battle for 6th and 7th. You know, Justin, you know this guy's not an esports driver. When you see the racing line on, you know straight away that he's a FIFA YouTuber, don't you?
Absolutely. He's doing the best that he can, and I have to say, the fact that they're battling over 6th position is encouraging stuff for both Niren and Joe, actually, as we go on board with the German. Simon on Formula Danny. Let's see if he's going to return the favor on the Alfa Romeo driver on the DRS straight here on lap number 4 of this 14 lap 25% distance race, and it looks like it is going to be rather easy. puts it up into 4 for his ERS deployment, has the DRS, and just breezes right on by, even before getting into the braking zone. Meanwhile, Hypers and Arif going side by side, but I don't think for too long, as Hypers does move himself up into a podium position. Arif thinking about coming back at him. He's got the inside line into this right-hander now, but he can't quite get alongside Hypers. Hypers leaves him the room, though, which we love to see. We always love to see respectful driving being shown to one another. Arif not being so respectful there, right as I say that, but this battle is still going on. Niren versus Eterno is the epic duel that I never knew I wanted, but unfortunately it looks like it's going to come to an end. Eterno is going to drop well off the back of Niren and into the clutches of Alex Gillen.
I've got to say, that slide there from Eterno was reminiscent of Nico Rosberg when he bottled the championship race against Lewis Hamilton at this very circuit. It was the exact same slide, wasn't it, in 2015? But Eterno just about holds on to it, and he can go attacking again on there and down into turn 1 as they start lap number 5. This has been a breathless race, and here he goes up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? It's such a wide entry into the corner, and he is through, but Niren just is not giving it up. He's now going to have the inside for turn 2, but I think Eterno is just far enough in front to hold on to that one, as Alex Gillen is now shadowing in the background. The charging Red Bull is just homing in and ready to get involved, and we know he's a quick driver. You mentioned it last week, Justin. He is no slouch, and he's already attacking now, looking to switch back on Niren, and dives through as Niren gets out of shape and takes that 7th place away. And I think Veloce Storm in behind that is also making a move on Niren. Niren doing really well, trying his best to fend him off, but he can't fend him off anymore. He's squeezed onto the curb, and through goes Storm up into 8th place.
Yeah, Niren down into 9th. Eterno still holding on to that 6th place position, but for how much longer as Alex Gillen deploys that DRS, gets onto the brakes, gets the inside line into this left-hander, and that should be 6th position done and dusted. Is he going to need to defend the inside line into the right-hander? No, he's not. Niren going side by side with Storm on the short run down into this right-hander, but it looks like Storm is going to manage to stay ahead for the meantime. Niren just about getting onto the brakes early enough to avoid running into the back of that Haas, and thankfully does indeed avoid any sort of contact or anything like that. His teammate Visa is right behind him, actually. Well, about a second or so based on the mini-map. I'd say it's about a second between the two of them, and let's see, it looks like Niren is going to be coming into the pits at the end of lap 5, so he's going to be going for a 9-lap stint onto a set of medium compound tires. I do believe he was running the softs. Hayden Gullis, meanwhile, having a shocking race after what was a really solid result for Racing Point last time out at Interlagos. He is now relegated down into 14th position. The only driver he's still ahead of is Jarno Otmir, who was previously disconnected.
Yeah, well, he did stop. He has had a pit stop at least, so
that's true.
He might come back up through the field. We'll see. As Veloce James sends one up the inside on Tiamat Marek and makes it stick. Really tidy stuff there from Veloce James, and he takes 10th place away from Ben, and that was a nice move. And Ben drops down into 11th place then. So 6 laps into this Grand Prix. And, it's all still piecing together nicely. It's been a breathless race. I've really enjoyed it so far. What will come next? Remember, folks, we want to hear from you in the comment section. Who is going to be your driver of the day? Let us know at the end of the race. So, hold on. We've got a replay here. Hayden Gullis. Oh, goodness me. Got that all wrong and went straight into the back of Raggy. Here's some team radio, folks.
Oh, Raggy! Why are you braking so early, man? Fuck, I've damaged my wing.
Yeah, Hayden does not sound thrilled about that one, and I can't really blame him. Is he going to throw his hand up? No, there's no button to throw your hand up, unfortunately. But they are going to drag race on lap 5 with the DRS. Does he have the DRS? No, he doesn't have the DRS, actually, interestingly enough. But and here comes Ben up the inside from about 100 miles back. That was incredible from Tiamat Marduk. He didn't actually pull it off. Well, he did! He did! He gets the pair of them with an absolute dive bomb. I've never seen anything like that before. As it looks like we got one of the front runners coming into the pits, and it is indeed Simon who's going to be coming into the pits at the end of lap 7, just at about the halfway point in the race. And I do believe it is going to be a set of the yellow medium compound tires for the Renault driver. It is indeed. Switches from the softs onto the mediums. That should take him very comfortably, actually, to the end of this race. Shouldn't have any problems for him. So, yeah, it looks like things are going pretty well for Simon. We'll have to know for sure, though, if this has worked out for him with Danny. He's going to want to try and stay ahead of Alex Gillen here, who is coming into turn 1 just behind him in that Red Bull, but it looks like he he is just about going to stay ahead, maybe half a second, 3/4 of a second ahead, as the other Racing Point of Eterno Joe comes in. He's fitting a set of medium compound tires as well, and it looks like he's going to feed out not that far behind Storm, which again, I think really says a lot about Eterno's pace in Season 2 of SquadSprint.
Yeah, he's really upped his game. He's looking really strong, so let's see how he gets on. And look at that, Hayden. He's ahead of Eterno, so what can the Racing Points do? We're at halfway distance. Let's see once all these pit stops shuffle out to see how he gets on. But of course, Hayden just damaged that front wing a lap ago,
True.
so it's going to be really tough for him, especially in that section of the racetrack. Now, I mean, if there's an area of the track you don't want to be struggling with front wing damage, it's there. I mean, it really is bad. As we pick up Niren again, right up behind Eterno. I mean, these two have been battling each other like crazy, haven't they? Oh no, and that's a mistake, and round goes Niren into a spin, and well, that pretty much drops him out of contention for battling with Eterno. Well, I think I kind of cussed him there, didn't I? I said he's been battling with Eterno all race. They were stuck to each other, but not anymore. He's gone for a spin. As we pick up Hypers, and he's making his pit stop now from second, Justin.
Danny didn't come into the pits, interestingly enough. He is staying out for an 8th lap in this U.S. Grand Prix. So he's going past the halfway distance on his set of tires. But I would say it's very likely we're going to see him in at the end of lap number 8 for a 6-lap stint on the soft compound tires. It is indeed going to be a set of softs for the Toro Rosso of Hypers as he feeds out just in front of Erev. And Erev onto the medium tires as well now too, and with he's a bigger UI actually. I've only just noticed Erev's got a bigger display compared to some of the other drivers. Oh, and safety car is deployed. Safety car is deployed, and that is a first in SquadSprint history. We have never seen that before.
No! I crashed into the wall when I was entering the pits.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that explains why the safety car's out then, doesn't it? But, oh, goodness sake.
Oh my
Stick to FIFA. Stick to FIFA. Stick to FIFA, mate. Come on.
I mean,
lane entrance. Oh,
I guess this is how he feels when the F1 guys are playing, or the racing guys are playing FIFA with him. This is how he must feel. But Hayden has gone into the pit, so this is good news actually for Hayden, for Big Guns Gullis, for the fastest hands in the land. Mr. Gullis now is able to change that front wing, and he will be able to catch up to the safety car. So he's lost a couple of positions, but he does have a clean front wing. We'll see for how long he can manage to keep that front wing safe. Still got a handful of laps or so still to go after this safety car is completed, and Formula Danny is actually just coming in. This has worked out so well for him.
Someone's crashed in the pit lane. Oh, it's a visit.
Oh, what? If that was a little bit earlier, that would have been perfect timing for me. Jesus. Oh, frick's sake, it's going to close everyone up. Oh, I had such a nice, safe P4 in the bag.
Yeah,
I like how
doing very well out of it. I was just about to mention that before the safety car came out. He'd been having a really good race, but that's going to close everyone up, as he says, Justin, and it's going to run the risk now of losing that 4th place. Let's be honest, this is going to be crazy. We've never had a safety car in SquadSprint history. If you guys are watching, pause the video, go and grab some popcorn and buckle your seatbelt, because this is going to be absolutely insane. We've got Simon in again, and he's putting on a fresh set of softs. So Simon into the pits, the only man to have pitted twice except Hayden Gullis. So in he comes, and he's going to rejoin around 4th position, just behind James, is he? That could be key. Yes, he is going to be behind James, I think. Yes, on pit to exit, but he will have those fresh tyres. Interestingly, Danny leading this one, Jarno outside the points. Justin, are they going to just swap around from what happened last week? You know what I mean? One of them scores points, but the other one doesn't. It's interesting to see.
Certainly seems like that. Whether or not Danny can actually win the race, I think, is something that Simon is going to have a word about, if I'm totally honest. I think Simon could really be in contention for the victory here, especially with the pack being bunched up and everything like that. You could see the tire life on James's MFD as he was switching over, and his tires are not looking super great. He's on those softs. They're already 25% worn. This is where the leaders are at the moment. They're just making their way into turn 12 at the end of the DRS straight. Hypers is right behind Formula Danny. Erev's in that train as well, too. You can see James is still catching up. Then there's a big gap to Alex Gillen behind Simon. And then it's pretty close all throughout until you get to Jarno, who is still out there because, of course, he got disconnected. So I don't know if he's gotten back in. We do have a replay here, so we can find out something that we missed here. It looks looks like this is Niren coming into the pits, and he is going to be going onto a set of the soft tires for the McLaren, and he's going to be heading out in 15th position, it looks like. Yeah, so he's bringing up the rear, but he is on fresh soft tires, and the gap to the cars ahead is now completely eliminated. So this could be potentially a good opportunity for Niren to pick up some points here. He's going to have to hope for some mistakes. He's going to have to keep his nose clean. But again, this is strange territory we're in for Squad Sprint. Nobody has ever experienced a safety car restart in Squad Sprint history.
Yeah, Justin, I'm really excited for this. The final 4 laps about to get underway. They're all punched up. And I think what you said is so crucial, Justin. Keep your nose clean, because this is going to be absolutely mental over the next few laps. If you're one of the content creators, or as I like to call them, contact creators, that seem to be involved in incidents everywhere, then you want to keep your nose clean, because there's a real chance, even though you don't have the pace, that things will kick off in front of you, especially with so few laps left. Everyone's going to be going for it, desperate to try and pick up as many points as they can, and they're all bunched up, and there you go. Before we even restart the race, Alex Gillen is clipped into the back of the car in front and damaged his wing, and he's got a penalty for a collision with Simon. He might get that taken away. We'll have to wait and see as the racing is about to restart. We are green flag, and is that out of a passing James? He was trying to, and he's gone off the track, and he now, for his efforts, loses out to Simon as we go green flag racing at the start of lap 11. I had to adjust my television there. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. He's going up the inside of Simon now. Oh, incredible stuff from Arif. Is he going to make it work? Simon round the outside he goes. Down the hill they go. Not another one side by side through here. Thankfully it sorts itself out before that, and Simon does take 4th. But that was great to see from Arif. Look at this. Storm and Isaac. Whoa! And Ben just about slides in and takes the place away. Justin, this is breathless stuff. And Ben now on Alex Gillen gets it done. Alex struggling with that front wing damage. Absolutely bonker stuff.
What a charge from Tiamat Marduk. That has got to be certainly a contender for driver of the day, as Joe becomes the next person to relegate Alex Gillen after, again, he's got that front wing damage. Oh, is that 3 wide in the background? That is 3 wide. The Racing Point, the Mercedes, the Williams, all going side by side with one another down the DRS straight. We're on lap number 11 out of 14. There's really not many laps still to go in this race. Alex Gillen on the inside for this left-hander, but Joe hangs it around the outside. The other Racing Point of Hayden is up in a 10th position. Both of the Racing Points in the points as it stands right now, and it looks like Hayden is going to grab another position off of Alex Gillen in that stricken Red Bull, who is just really struggling with that front wing damage. You can see he's pushing as hard as he possibly can, making slight contact with Hayden, but I think Hayden is going to take this with the inside line through the double right-handers. He does indeed. Alex is off the circuit. Raggy moves himself up into 10th position. Alex is down to 11th now, and this is absolutely fantastic stuff. You can see on the minimap at the bottom left, things have spread out quite a bit up at the front. You've got Danny, Hypers, and then I believe that's Simon, and then James in 4th position, and they're really starting to break away from the rest of the pack. Another huge move for Tiamat Marduk. I cannot believe the overtakes that the Australian is putting in here today at Circuit of the Americas. He is giving it everything.
Well, that one didn't quite pay off. I mean, it was very, very late into that first corner. He was nearly in Mexico, for goodness sake. That was a heavy braking manoeuvre there from Tiamat Marduk. Couldn't quite make it work. I've got to laugh at Alex a few moments ago, trying to go round the outside with a damaged wing on Hayden through the long turn 18 and 19. That was never going to work, and he lost a place, unsurprisingly. But as you mentioned a moment ago, Justin, both Racing Points shining again, up in 8th and 9th. And looking to be on course for points, but are we going to see what we've seen from Ocon and Perez in the Racing Points before? Are they going to go into war with each other? Let's have a look then. It looks like they are. Hayden is gaining and gaining. He's in mode 4. Is he going to go for a move? Eternal senses the danger, defends the inside. Hayden on the grippier soft tyre, having a look. The Racing Points doing battle here in the United States. Hayden round the outside. Otmar Safner will be really worried about this one, but Hayden's made it work. That is beautiful stuff. And now look at this. Oh, wide goes Hayden. No. Eternal's in there, and Raggy's in there to steal the place away from Eternal, and slots in, and is now sandwiched between the 2 Racing Points. Eternal's going very wide. Oh, be careful, the marbles are out there, but he keeps it on the road and stays in 10th place, Justin. This is madness.
He kept his foot in it, and I appreciate that. I like that. Joe. This is my kind of Eterno Joe in Season 2. I am liking where this is going. Hayden defends the inside line. Heading into turn 1, is Eterno going to try anything up the inside? Raggy finds a spot. Hayden braking way too early. He looked like he was going about 2 miles an hour on the apex there, but he finds some speed at the exit of the corner, manages to stay ahead of his teammate, but unfortunately, both of the racing points fall victim to Raggy in that Mercedes. Oh, Hayden off the circuit again. That's going to be a big corner cut warning probably for him, as he's got the McLaren of Niren right behind him, looking to try and pick up some points here in the closing stages of this race. This is the penultimate lap, actually. Raggy's gone a bit wide there. That's going to give Hayden back 8th position. Storm and the rest of those people in that pack really starting to break away. So this is all about the battle for 8th position now, Andy.
This is like a Royal Rumble. This is absolute chaos between all these drivers. It's like a Formula Ford race. Look at them all battling over the minor points. I was really impressed by Raggy making the double move, but he's now lost one. He's now going to try and take it back. Oh, that's late from Eterno. Oh, he nearly wipes out his Racing Point teammate, somehow keeping it on the island. Raggy still holding firm at the front of the queue then. It's Raggy from Hayden, from Eterno, and now trying everything he can to get involved in the action. From a FIFA YouTuber, this is impressive. He's really holding his own. He's determined to wrestle back a few points as they go through the long sweeping turns 18 and 19. It's still Raggy holding on to that 8th position with the two racing points.
Holy shit!
He did set him. Eterno off the road. How's he kept that on the island? I've got no idea. And now the Williams of Isaac and Niren storm in to steal the places. How is Eterno still pointing in the right direction as we start this final lap of this crazy race? Eterno with 3 wide into turn 1. Hayden and Alex. Alex with the damaged wing somehow still in the action here. Hayden 11th, Alex 12th, and Eterno 13th as they all go down the hill. And the Racing Points have hit self-destruct. They're no longer in the World Championship points. The Racing Pointless.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe the series of events that we are experiencing in the closing stages of this second round of Squad Sprint Season 2. Fantastic stuff. Hayden with a terrible line through that section. This is going to be a great opportunity for Alex, not just to take 1 position, but to take 2, move himself up into a points-paying position. They're 3 wide into the hairpin before the DRS zone. Niren going a little bit deep. Eterno Joe moves up into 11th position ahead of his teammate, ahead of the McLaren. He's going to pick up the DRS off of Alex Gillen, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to really challenge for a points-paying position. Meanwhile, up at the front, it looks like it is going to be Formula Danny. He's got a pretty sizable gap down to Hypers. Oh, it's a big moment there for the Alfa Romeo. Hypers is going to be in second. Simon's going to take home his first podium in his first race of the season. Unbelievable. That was fantastic, Andy.
Oh, that was absolutely immense. I hope we keep getting races like this. We've got a 12-race season this year, 2 rounds in, and we're running out of breath already. Tiamat Marek then, he's going to come home 5th. What a result for Ferrari. 5th and 6th from the heavy hitters of the F1 YouTube community. That is impressive. But here we go, back to the absolute mayhem at the tail of the field, and it is going to be Racing Pointless. They're 12th and 13th. Niren's going to be 11th. I'm just going to have a look here. I've been told that there have been penalties that are going to be removed as we go and look at the results. So penalties for Simon, Isaac and Alex were all overturned and they withheld their position. So let's have a look at the final confirmed race results. Formula Danny has taken the victory, 25 points and an extra point for the fastest lap as well. Tomek, the Polish driver, is second with 18 points. Simon Weigang, third on debut. James Baldwin somehow comes home 4th after that spin earlier in the race. What a day for the Ferraris. Benjamin Daly, Anna Van In, what a performance from them, 5th and 6th. Tom Storm Lartelo is 7th. What a result for him. 8th, Ben McConnell, Raggy. Decent job there. Isaac Gillison came fighting through in the end to 9th. And somehow, Justin, the wounded Alex Gillen got a point.
It's seriously impressive. You have to be impressed by Alex's determination in the end there, but unfortunately, I mean, he had orange front wing damage as well, so I mean, he would have been losing a lot of time over the course of each of the laps.
Outside the top 10, it's a shame for Niren. He really did dig deep. He tried his very, very best, and you know, you got to admire that. He was really fighting in the closing laps. The Racing Point team will be furious. They will be. They were 8th and 9th, and they ended up outside the points in 12th and 13th. Now time to have a look at the driver standing, sorry. And it is Tomek showing that consistency is the way forward. 31 points, he leads the way. The youngster on fire at the moment. James Baldwin. He's second in the standings with 30 points, just 1 point back. Daniel Beresney in third after that victory and fastest lap. Jarno Opmeer is fourth with Alex Gillen in fifth with 16 points, doing a really good job there. It is sixth for Benjamin Daly, 7th for Simon Vigang, 8th for Hayden Gillis, and 9th for Joe Wilkes on 8 points, and Arif in 10th. Outside of the top 10, we've got Tom Storm Lartelo in 11th place with 6 points. Ben McConnell is 12th with 5. Niren, he's got 4 points in the end in P13, and Isaac Gillison is 14th with 4. Liam, well, he's still got 0 points. He's still to get on the board, as is Ryan Littlemore, Tommy Martinez. James Doherty's yet to appear in the series, as is Cem Lolikbasi and Camille.
In the Teams Championship, Renault is leading the way with 40 points. Haas not that far behind, though. Only 4 points behind, 36 points to their name. Toro Rosso sitting pretty in third position at the moment with 31 points. Then it's Alfa Romeo, all 26 of those points coming from Formula Danny in the second race of this season so far. Then it's Ferrari, who we talked about scoring quite well today at Circuit of the Americas, sitting in 5th position. Racing Point holding on to 6th position, which I could barely believe, if I'm totally honest. I didn't have the most confidence in that team coming into this season, but they keep surprising me and putting in those solid points results. Then it's Red Bull in 7th position, a pretty sizable gap down to Mercedes in 8th with only 5 points, 11 points behind Red Bull. Then it's McLaren and Williams level on 4 points each in 9th and 10th position respectively.
Yeah, well, I have to agree with you, Justin. I can't believe Racing Point are holding on to 6th place after that. But what a day it was for Ferrari today. We want to hear your guys' driver of the day. We're desperate to hear it. Who was your driver of the day after that one? But surely the Ferrari guys are going to be up there.
I'm giving it to Ben. I'm giving it to Tiamat Marduk just for those overtakes, because that was some ballsy stuff, and I like it. I like it. He put on a show for us today, and for only round 2 out of 12, he's just throwing everything at this, and I love that. And I can't wait to see more of this next week on Friday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, absolutely, Justin. I actually agree with you. I'm going to give it to Tiamat Marduk as well. But it's all about what you guys think in the comment section. So be sure to let us know. Be sure to join us. Remember, folks, 6 p.m. we premiere every single Friday. And we get ready, folks, for round number 3. There's 12 rounds in this championship. The drivers don't know until race day what track it is, so they can't practice. But yeah, I'm sure it will be another thrilling episode. That's all, though, from myself, Ginger Andy, and Justin Sutton. Be sure to join us again next week for another exciting race. It's Simon from pole as the 5 red lights go out, and we are racing. Go and grab some popcorn and buckle up your seatbelt, because this is going to be absolutely insane. This is like a Royal Rumble. This is absolute chaos. Formula Danny has taken the victory, 25 points, and an extra point for the fastest lap as well.